This is Keith Boggs. This is the inspection debrief for 2247 Heartside Place in Heartside Place in Carrollton. First picture we have here is a picture of the front of the house. Nothing necessarily wrong. That's just for the title page of the report. The first thing I do is I get up on the roof, and I immediately noticed that these shingles here are called starter shingles. That's where they start layering the shingles up to install the shingles. They did not install the starter shingles properly. So you should see adhesive here.
Right.
So those shingles stick together. Okay. I should not be able to lift them apart with my fingers. Mm-hmm. There's a couple other things we're going to talk about with the roof too. So all along the starter row, around the whole perimeter, those shingles are installed improperly. Any place that I check, they're improper. So if some shingles have the adhesive on the top and the bottom, if they don't have that, it's very simple. You just cut the shingle in half, you flip it over, and then you'll have adhesive on the bottom sticking up. Makes the shingle stick together.
Okay.
Now this is at the main roof cover. Here you can see the adhesive here. Mm-hmm. See how it's present?
Right.
But it's not bonding. Mm-hmm. So there's no standard for how sticky shingles are supposed to be.
Right.
But I'm licensed by the state of Texas, and one of the things they require that we call out is what's called adhesion. What that means is how well are the shingles sticking together.
Right.
So I was able to go around the roof at many locations and just lift the shingles with my fingers. Mm-hmm. Like that. So if I'm able to lift them and they're not sticking together very good, at some point you're going to get the wind's going to get underneath them. It's going to cause the shingles to get wind blown and can cause some failure of the roof cover. Now this is a 3-tab shingle. This can be common with these types of shingles, but you can run into problems down the road. Some of the shingles were sticking, but many of them were not. So the best option would be, if you're going to buy the house, is get somebody up there, a roofer, to find all the loose shingles and put additional adhesive on it to stick together.
Did you find a lot of them?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
I'll show the different locations. You'll see. It's all around here. This is the front over here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That's just over there. That's just over here. You can actually see them. Mm-hmm. See how you can actually see it. You see what I'm talking about? How it's sticking out there?
Right, right.
So a lot of times, as soon as I go up on the roof, before I start lifting shingles, I can kind of look at it and go, it doesn't look right. Mm-hmm. So I can just visually see that. Not always works that way, but most of the time I can kind of tell before I even get there, and then I just reach over there and kind of pull on them to see what's going on.
Right.
So they're pretty much everywhere on the roof. There's loose shingles. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Right.
I don't check every single shingle, but and I did check them that were fine. They were sticking. Right. So if you're going to buy the house, you're going to want to get a roofer up there. He needs to go around to every single loose shingle and put adhesive on there.
Right.
Okay. Or you can do it yourself.
Okay.
It's a little labor intensive. It will take time.
Right, right.
Another thing, my feet here, I use a lot of sign language kind of here.
Can I explain to you a little?
Yeah.
Kiểu như đầu tiên là ông check trên cái tầng thì những cái tấm lợp cái tấm nó lên vậy thì nó kiểu như nó dán không có kỹ xuống thì keo nó không có dính lại. Ông thấy có cái đó là hơi bị nhiều. Thì ông nói nếu mà mình muốn mua cái nhà này thì mình phải kiểu như có một cái người nào đó lên rã nó rồi sửa cái đó lại, cái như dính keo này lại lên, the keo này lại lên để cho nó thật sự nó dính xuống thì vậy thì nó sẽ tốt hơn. Đó. Rồi hoặc là ông nói là mình có thể mướn người ta hoặc là mình có thể làm, nhưng mà mình nên làm cái đó nếu mà mình mua cái nhà này.
Cái phần đó là cũng nhất. Rồi phần cái gì nữa là gì nữa?
Đấy vậy.
Chưa mới có nóc.
Có cái nóc.
Okay, please go ahead.
In the a lot of these pictures, you'll see me pointing and using. So this is just to remind me what I want to say next.
Right.
Picture of my feet staying on the roof. What's that's telling me to remind me to say that the roof sheeting, the wood sheeting that's underneath the shingles, it's some places it's very crunchy, very weak.
Oh.
Okay. Now this is a very old house, so that can be fairly common. Again, if you buy the house and you stay here for a while, later on when you replace this roof, you may want to think about upgrading the sheeting, especially if you're going to stay here for a long time.
Right.
It's so crunchy when you're walking, you can hear the wood kind of crackling, and you shouldn't be able to hear that. So if we had a very bad hailstorm, it would be extra bad for the roof.
Right. Kiểu như khi ông đi trên đó thì ông có nghe được những cái tiếng gỗ, nó kiểu như nó kiểu như không phải là nó mục nhưng mà cái nó không có tốt lắm.
Đi nó có tiếng động thế này cái gì gỗ thiêu nó chuyển động như là có sức nặng vô cái gỗ.
Thì ông nói thì cũng nếu mà mình ở đây lâu dài thì phải thấy kiểu như nên cũng là làm cái đó luôn. Còn cái đó
nhưng mà cái đó thì mấy cái đó thì làm có nhiều tiền.
would you happen to know if that costs a lot of money?
If you paid for it yourself, yes.
Okay.
Nhiều.
Yeah.
Hả? Nhiều.
Well, I mean, I guess a lot just depends on each person. If you're rich,
True.
yeah.
I mean, would it be like?
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Probably for you, yes, that would be a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how much money you make, but you know what I'm saying. Generally, when you're younger,
Right.
you don't have as much money when you're older. This is just the area where I saw that.
Okay.
Another area. Okay, so this, see the downspout here? It's washing away the mulch, so that needs to be extended.
Oh, okay.
So that needs to be extended out to here. That's something you can do yourself. Just go to Home Depot and buy that.
Sure.
This is what's called a bait station.
A bait station.
A bait station is something that either you've had termites that were here at one time, or you're concerned about termites. And they use this to see if the termites are active, and they'll put a piece of wood in there. And they look after 2 or 3 months. They come back and they look at the wood to see if the termites are eating it. And if they're eating it, they put a chemical in it and they put it back in the ground. The termites come and eat the chemical and they die.
Okay.
So have they disclosed any kind of?
No, we didn't see anything.
Okay, so we just want to ask them. See, the inspector saw some bait stations around the perimeter of the house. You know, what was there a past treatment? We want to know if there's any kind of past treatment.
Right.
Any kind of activity.
Right.
And that one's just located right there.
Right.
Another one located right here.
So you did you take out the thing and you check the wood in there, or
I did a termite inspection also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that'd be another separate report. I've already done that. It's in my car right now. I'll send that to a company that's going to okay it. They'll send it back to me.
Okay.
I'll attach it to the home inspection report. So you're going to get like again 2 separate emails. You're going to get YouTube video, which is going to be this stuff. You're going to get the home inspection report. And attached to that report is going to be the termite report and the termite warranty. I did not find any termites, so I'm going to include a 1-year termite warranty. So if any termites show up, you call me and you have them come out treated for free. This is the back here, actually right behind us here. This is high soil.
Okay.
And you see how here you can see the foundation. But here you can't. The mulch is covering the foundation.
Okay.
Now that's a conducive condition for termites. So you want to move that mulch down. If you're doing a VA loan or a FHA loan, they may not fund the loan until this conducive condition is corrected.
Oh. Okay.
If you're doing a conventional or you're paying cash, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's just right around here. This is a pier patch. It appears like there's been some past foundation work.
Right.
Did they say anything?
Yeah, they did say that they fixed the foundation and.
They provide you with a warranty?
Yeah, with a warranty.
Okay, make sure you read into that warranty.
Yes.
Read all the small print because they're all a little different. Some of them can be a little tricky. They say that it's a free lifetime warranty, and then it turns out that there's not really that much free in it, and the cost, and they can be a little tricky. So just make sure you read all the small print so you don't find yourself stuck with something you're not prepared for.
Right.
This is the back patio here. This outlet doesn't work.
Oh.
So you need to get an electrician out there to take a look at that.
Okay.
Just right down here.
Okay.
No power.
Oh.
Now let me flip this around. Now this is the water pressure. Water pressure is a little bit below 60. The range is 40 to 80, so it's within the range. So the water pressure was okay. For 60 for house this size is fine.
Okay.
This is your condenser. This is your manufacturer's label. These 2 things are really for me when I look at the panel box. So this won't be in the report. Just something that I look at. Of course, they'll be in this video though.
Sure.
This is another downspout here that needs to be extended.
Right.
Okay. Ideally, you want to take these downspouts and extend them 6 to 8 feet away from the structure.
Right.
Preferably for cosmetic reasons, underground, subsurface. And I can put an example in the report what that's supposed to look like. But you can also do it on top of the ground too.
Okay.
You probably have seen it like people like that. This is foundation work along here.
Give me one second. Câu phần thứ hai đầu tiên ông nói về cái mối một phần thì cái xung quanh cái nhà thì cái có những cái phủ kiểu như người ta bỏ dưới đất người ta bỏ miếng gỗ lên đổ dưới đó cho mà kiểu như có coi có mối gì không thì ông nói là ông thấy những cái đó xung quanh nhà thì chắc là ở trong là có những cái kiểu như ngày xưa là có cái kiểu như người ta phòng chống hoặc là người ta làm gì họ thì muốn hỏi với tôi là Thì muốn hỏi người đó coi, người bán coi là người ta có trị cái mối miệng chưa, rồi sẽ có một cái, ông cũng làm một cái báo cáo về mỗi một rồi thì ông sẽ gửi cho mình sau cái đó. Rồi cái ổ điện ngoài đây không có, ổ điện ngoài đây thì không có, rồi cái nồi này nè thì nó cũng phải, nó cũng nên để cho nó dài ra.
Cái đó là ba làm được.
Ok.
Thực tế không có sao.
Let's just simply extend it out like
Như
that.
là
In the report, I can
ra
yes, yep, correct, yep, out like this.
Right.
Yep, just like that, yep. And again, you can do it on top of the ground.
Sure.
It just looks better underground.
Right.
You know, so that's something you can do yourself, or you can pay someone to do it. But,
Got it.
this is showing some signs of structural movement. This is separation between the window and the veneer. This is over on the house faces west.
Yes.
Yes, on the north side there. So this window right here has got a little separation. I would at some point fill it with some sealant, just to make sure you don't get any water behind there.
Okay.
There is a vapor barrier behind there, but if they don't do that right, you could have problems. But
Got it.
just seal that joint up. This is a downspout. This needs to be extended. So. Okay, this is the inside the panel box, and the panel box looked fine. There's some minor things, but nothing major with the panel box. Nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a part of your sprinkler system. This is just a picture of some broken plumbing. I've actually got a video here in a second with the next picture. This is out by the front right here. Yeah, by the driveway. So out front there's broken plumbing, and that's in zone in zone 1. This is another area where there's broken plumbing.
Okay.
This is video 2. I think the front walkway. Yep, front walkway. That's in zone 3. This is broken plumbing also. This is the video. It's in the backyard.
Oh, okay.
See it bubbling out of the ground there?
Right.
That's in zone 4. This is broken plumbing. This is the video. Again, this is just for our purposes. This one doesn't report. Out by the back there. Okay, this is just a video of the condenser, so just so you can see the condition of the condenser today. Listen to the way it's running, and it sounds fine. The AC and heating was working. The heating was working great. The AC is not perfect, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
This is just a little short video. I'm just going to play it again so you have it on this video. You can download this from YouTube, send it to your hard drive.
So by the sound of it, do you think it would? Does the condition, is the condition good?
It sounds good. It's running good. The AC differential inside the house is not within the range. So the AC differential range is 15 to 22 degrees.
Okay.
It was about 13 degrees, so it's below the bottom end of the range. They're both units inside and outside look fairly new, so it's possibly just an adjustment.
Okay.
So we just want to get an HVAC guy here to evaluate it.
Okay.
But they both look fairly new.
Okay.
This is a video of the garage door test. So we do 2 tests here. We do a pressure test. Put a 2x4 there, so when the garage closes, it should hit it in reverse. And then I do a test with the electronic eyes to make sure the electronic eyes work. So this is just a video of me doing that test. It'll hit there within a second. It should reverse. And you'll see it go down again. Then you'll see me put the camera near the electronic eye and put my foot in front of it to check the electronic eye is working. That just shows both of those safety features work. You can also hear the garage door, the way it sounds. This is a video of the inside of the attic. This is not very much area up there. You can't really go walk around.
Right.
So I was up there. After I got done, I just kind of took a little video so you can see the attic. It's got plenty of insulation up there.
What kind of installation is that?
That's loose fill.
Oh,
trên nóc nhà.
You're not going to be really storing anything. There's not a lot of storage up there. It's just kind of a small area.
right.
A little storage right there. You saw that spot right there, but it's not really a big storage area. These are actually, this is at an angle. I'm going to flip it around. Come on.
Bị cũng nhiều quá.
Kiểu nó làm nó không kỹ.
Okay, this is these are loose outlets. So most of them are right here, but there's a few of these receptacles that are loose. So what you need to, if you're going to do this yourself, make sure you turn the power off. You just remove the plastic cover and just tighten down the screws, put the cover back in place.
Okay, that's good. Kiểu như cái ổ điện nó không có ngay cái vị trí, tháo cái đó ra rồi chỉnh nó lại, đóng lại.
Okay, so there's several windows in the house that have what are called failed seals. You saw it's fogging over.
Okay.
Okay, so that means there's the double pane glass, and when they make the windows, they put a gas inside of there called argon gas or krypton gas, and that's what makes the window energy efficient. Well, when that seal is broken, that gas escapes, and that's why they fog over. So there's several windows that have the seals have failed. How that it can affect you is it affects the energy savings of the house.
Right.
Yeah, you can see right there. That's that first window there. This is some more loose outlets. That's here, back here.
Right.
Fireplace is not gas, it's just regular wood burning.
Sure.
This is a missing deadbolt, this door behind you.
Okay. Yeah, I think the contractor said he's going to install
Missing latch.
Right.
The smoke detectors, they all look to be old.
Okay.
So the industry says that the smoke detector is older than 10 years old, you need to replace it. Whether you test it, it may test properly, but it may not work in the case of a fire. So all the smoke detectors need to be replaced.
So how many are there?
There's going to be one. Each bedroom should have one, and outside grouping of bedrooms.
Right.
So you're going to need, what's it, 4 bedroom, 3 bedroom?
3 bedroom.
Three bedrooms, so you'll need four of them. Okay. I would not put one in here. I had one there before. You don't need one in there.
Okay.
Sao?
Cái smoke detector tức là cái báo khói ấy.
And you can get combination smoke detector, carbon monoxide detectors.
Okay. Cái như nó là cũ thì nó không có cần thay liền nhưng mà cái gì nên thay được không?
Alarm.
Okay.
This is the dishwasher. This is the first test of the dishwasher, checking to see how it's heating. And when I first tested it, wasn't heating very well. Later on, I have another picture of it testing, and it was heating. So it's just right now, it's only at 83 degrees.
Right.
This is the outlet right here by the kitchen sink. This outlet is not. It shows to be a GFCI, but it's not. It's actually not grounded. You've got 2 of them. You got the kitchen is not GFCI, and the bathroom is not GFCI. So there's going to be upgraded to GFCI.
Okay.
He wired them wrong.
Huh.
They probably wired them wrong because when you hit that button, it shows false ground.
Right.
This is air conditioning. This is me testing the air conditioning. This is the differential. Okay, so with the air conditioning, we're looking for a differential 15 to 22 degrees. The higher the better, of course, but not above 22. So we have a 43 and a 56. That's 13 degrees. So that's 2 degrees below the low end. So probably your service issue. So just have an HVAC guy come out and evaluate the HVAC system. See this? This is under the kitchen sink. See this corrugated? He said that should be rigid like this. Should not be flexible.
Okay.
That's improper tail. What's called improper tailpiece.
Okay.
The light for the microwave does not work. The cooktop light, probably a burnt out light bulb. Yep.
Để con nghe nó nói chuyện chút kìa. Okay, just go ahead.
So this light here probably needs a new light bulb.
Oh, okay.
This is me testing the microwave. It does work.
Okay.
It's loose inside the box. If you can see.
Oh. What?
This is your oven.
Mm-hmm.
It lacks what's called an anti-tip device. So if you you shouldn't be able to tilt it forward. That's a safety feature. Excuse me. Because the reason for that is if you've got a big old turkey in here or something,
Right.
and you pull it out, you cause it to flip over. So it should have a device that holds that in place. This is the testing of the oven itself. Inside it was set to 350, and it heated to just a little bit below. The range is 325 to 375, so it's close to the range, but it's not with it's not perfect. Unless you cook like souffles or something temperature sensitive, probably won't make a difference to you. This is me testing the cooktop itself.
Okay.
The 4 burners, and all 4 of them worked.
All right, great.
This is your air handler.
Okay.
And that was fine. This is the guest bathroom. You've got some rusting of the tub.
Got it.
And that can be repaired easily. You can do that yourself.
Sure.
This other guest bathroom also it shows to be GFCI, but it's not. It's ungrounded or false grounded. The same thing as a corrugated piece. You can't have that. It should be rigid. Sink in there drains slowly, but that's because the drain stop's not set properly. If you hold that piece, it'll drain.
Oh.
So you need to adjust it.
Okay.
This is your water heater. The water heater, I'm not sure the year. I have to look that up. It looks like an older water heater. So I'll look up, find out what year it is. You can find it. That's inside the serial number. So I'll look up and see. And I think it's an old one, but we'll make sure. If it's older than about 10, 12 years old, it need to be replaced. This is the drain pan of the water heater, and it's not plumbed to the exterior of the structure. So if this water heater leaks, it's going to flood the house because that pan cannot hold 50 gallons of water.
Right.
This is in the master bedroom. Both those windows are failed. I think I've got a video of this too. This is a leak at the valve in the guest bathroom. See it leaking there?
Okay.
That valve needs to be repaired. This is a failed window in one of the front bedrooms. This is the second testing of the oven. You can see the dishwasher. You can see it was heating up above 100 degrees. The dishwasher was heating good. And that's it.
Okay.
Any questions?
So overall, the condition of the house.
It's in good condition. I would say I'd want them to get on that roof. Because the roof kind of protects the house. And
Right.
It's kind of your main protection from the elements. And those shingles, right now they're new. They're fairly. It looks like a really new roof. I don't know if they did disclose the year of the roof.
No, they didn't say anything about the roof, but they said that the roof is new and it would pass the inspection, things like that. But
Right. Okay. I would want something to get there just to take care of those shingles.
Okay.
And then somebody service the air conditioning, just because it's not cooling quite right. Any kind of safety thing like the GFCIs, and have them repaired because he's got them set. They look like they're GFCI, but they're not. So they're either wired wrong or they're false grounded or ungrounded.
Okay.
Let me stop
Những
this.
cái đường ống nước mà nó nghẹt như vậy thì